Good evening. Welcome to King of the Bootleggers Prohibition Trivia. My name is Chris Denman. I do a show called We Are Live. This is my friend Pat Joya.
Hey.
You know him from Barkeep and Silver Lining Cocktails right here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are broadcasting from St. Louis, Missouri, but tonight we're going to feature some cocktails and the spotlight on Green Bay, Wisconsin. Very excited about that. Some great history. There's going to be some very fun trivia questions involving the craziness and the life of George Remus. A little bit of a connection to the Green Bay area, so shout out to everybody tuning in Wisconsin tonight. Got a great guest. We'll tell you about him in just a moment. Real quick, Pat and myself, even our guests sometimes get a little wild, so I want to let you know our opinions. Whose are they, Pat?
They are ours.
They are.
They're
That's
ours.
right. We own those. MGP products, George Remus doesn't. These are our opinions. Also, I personally have an opinion that I think most people agree with. If you're under 21, scram. Beat it. This is for over 21 crowd. Tell your aunts about it. Let's party. Tonight for Green Bay, we're going to be highlighting lots of different cocktails. We've got 3 great videos to show you. Excited about that. But I'm also very excited about our guest tonight. And his name is Nick Freed, joining us. He's got a lot of great connections to Wisconsin. He's all over the place. What's up, Nick? How are you?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Well, not as theatrical as you, but you are an actor, and people have seen your work on CBS, The Onion, many different areas. And if you're familiar with maybe the highways of Wisconsin, grocery stores, everywhere else, Nick, why are you uniquely qualified to speak and be part of a Prohibition trivia night that involves Green Bay, Wisconsin? Can you clue us in? And hello, great to have you, by the way.
Hey, thanks for having me. I would say, let's see, probably 2009-ish, I was the face of the Wisconsin Lottery. You may remember me. I was jumping on a trampoline at the time.
Mm-hmm. Spokesman for the Wisconsin Lottery.
Yeah. I mean, look, only the biggest, you know.
Basically, we're saying we got Brett Favre's backup for the season, right?
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, that's right. Became a star.
And I was also the spokesman for Batteries Plus Bulbs, the famous Batteries Plus Bulbs chain. for like 3 years or something like that, and we shot all those commercials in Wisconsin. They're based in Wisconsin, so
You're a Wisconsin man.
I'm basically the governor of Wisconsin and
Through and
mayor of
through.
Green Bay
Yeah, and
and
that's what
captain of Lake Michigan.
Thank you. Continue. Any other credits? Got
I am the comptroller of Madison.
it. Okay. Chancellor of
Chancellor of University of Wisconsin.
Green Bay.
University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, but not Madison, just Green Bay.
Okay, got it.
And I am also the sheriff of Spring Green, Wisconsin.
Okay, understood. Nick Freed is also an expert in George Remus trivia, and so if you want to beat Nick, you can answer in the comments tonight. Let us know all about that. We're going to be telling you about some King Circle stuff, and the King himself will answer in third person in the comments as well. So if you want to let us know how you're doing, let the King know as well. We are going to have a refreshing, lovely time tonight, as we do each and every week on the party. So let's get things started. Oh, fun how that works. We have a professional barkeep extraordinaire, Pat Joya. May I have one, sir?
This one was for you.
Oh.
I'm a gentleman. I pour my friends first. Yeah.
Wow, how'd you reach so far away as we're 6 feet apart here?
He's got long arms.
Have you seen these wings? Yeah.
Right, yeah. Pat's actually 7'4".
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Cheers.
they shrink me on here.
Cheers to everybody in Green Bay. Cheers to our friend Nick Freed. And cheers to everybody tuning in for King of the Bootleggers trivia tonight. We're going to have some fun. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, y'all.
I say it every time. I'm like, man, Remus really is good. Let me know what your favorite Remus variation is. So tonight, again, we're going to see some cocktail videos. We're going to do some trivia. Nick Freed joining us. You can follow him online at Gary Dinklage. We'll work that out through the evening. Nick, we're going to talk. We can tell some stories. We can laugh. But most importantly, we have trivia questions to get to. I feel like with you being a George Remus trivia expert, that things are going to go quite well. Do you have any early predictions? I mean, he's the man that inspired The Great Gatsby. He was featured in Boardwalk Empire. You are a stage actor by trade. He speaks in third person a lot. He's just an extravagant man. Any predictions how trivia is going to go for you tonight? Again, being the foremost expert and former Wisconsin lottery spokesman.
I feel good about it. I feel good about my ability to pull information and facts from, my butt. So I think this is going to be great.
Your well-trained brain is where I thought you were going with that. Man, that was very political of you. You are the governor of Wisconsin. yeah, exactly. Good evening to producer Matt. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Not as good as me, sipping on this Remus, sir. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Do you want to kick things off with a question? I'd love to get things rolling and see if Nick's bragging will come to form. See what we got.
Absolutely.
Happy opening day, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was listening to baseball on the way here. It was nice.
Believe it or not, a lot of Cardinals fans in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's a similar.
Yeah, well, they don't have a team up there. Oh, they got Milwaukee, I guess, but
yeah, like you said.
Yeah, Brew have a team there.
And I just pulled that out of the air too. I bet it's all Brewers fans. So we are going to feature cocktails from Green Bay tonight, but let's kick things kicked off with our first question. What do we have, Matt?
All right, minus 1 point for the hate on the Brewers for everyone.
That's fair.
Which Green Bay Packer legend has the most in common with the next edition of Remus Repeal Reserve? And a bonus point if you can name why, which would get you out of the hole. A, Bart Starr. B, Vince Lombardi. Or C, Brett Favre.
So answer in the comments, and we'll take your answers, and we'll dissect those here on the show. I am very confident in my choice, so I'm going to go last. Any original thoughts, and how old were you when you first got a Bart Starr jersey, Mr. Joya?
Didn't have one, for starters.
Thought you would have.
I grew up in St. Louis, born in '82, so I was just no football team my entire childhood.
Yeah, right.
I became an Oakland Raiders fan, and that's been my, the detriment of my life, basically. Yeah.
I wonder how weird that has to be for people like like Green Bay fans, that's it's another sense. It's a limb of their existence, that football team and the tradition and the wonderful things that go with that. They just have to be so confused as to situations like we have here in St. Louis. As to that, it's like,
Yeah.
well, no, it's like you breathe and, you pay your taxes and you have a family and you go to Packers games. Like that's such a consistent and such a wonderful thing for the people of Green Bay. I'm sure that situations in other cities, they're just like, oh, that's not us. That's
Yeah.
Oh, hey, little Pat.
little Pat's here.
Oh, look at that little guy.
What a great reminder. Support all bartenders. You can get that at buyjack.com/wearelive. And $20 of the price of the shirt, $20 goes to the USBG. That's the United States Bartenders Guild, supporting bartenders across the country and in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So get those T-shirts. You can purchase them $20. We'll be putting those out all show long. All right, guys, back to the question. Matt, do we have any comments? Do people let us know if they have a guess?
So you are trying to cheat off the comments again?
No, I know
Okay.
it. Okay, you know what?
Feel like vintage Denman.
Yeah, all right. What do you have, Pat?
Okay, so I absolutely have no idea what the theme on that is. So I'm going to go with Lombardi because I'm guessing since it's Series 4 and I'm literally pulling this out of thin air, did Lombardi win 4 Super Bowls? I'm going to go with that.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Nick?
Oh, did we lose him?
No,
Nope,
he's
I'm
just
here.
he's an actor.
I'm sorry.
He's just showing
That was
how good he
method
is.
there, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, since you said this is Series 4, I'm going to go with Brett Favre, since his number was 4, and he is, I don't know,
All things-
400 feet tall. I don't know.
Great.
He loves the number 4. He
Yep.
has 4 legs.
4 pairs of Wranglers for every day.
And he's 4 copper braces. I can't remember what they're called. What is it? The
Yeah,
sporting
he
braces,
has-
the copper
Oh,
plated
nice,
stuff. Yeah.
nice. Yeah. We'll go with,
yeah.
I'm going to go with Brett Favre for the same reason. And that might qualify me for a bonus. What do we have? Todd says this guy needs to grow a thicker beard.
Whoa.
Hey,
Rude.
Pat's pretty
I
thick.
just trimmed it. It's summer.
Charlotte says B. Chandler says C. Alexander says B. Brett Favre from Todd, number 4. He also wore bedazzled jeans similar to Remus bedazzled gifts to his guests. That's wonderful. Shout out to Main Street Bourbon Room. See, it's something with number 4. Paula says Favre as well. And we've got some people commenting already. So be sure to hit share because you can win $25 gift cards if you're participating. We pick those randomly, send out prizes each and every week. So Nick went with C. I went with C. Pat with Lombardi. Let's see how this shakes out.
The answer is C. Brett Favre. Brett wore number 4, and the next edition of Remus Repeal Reserve is Series 4. And speaking of the Remus Repeal Series 4 Reserve coming up, it hits shelves in September, and if you'd like to get a bottle, get your pre-order over at a retailer near you.
Oh, okay. Is there a website for that?
There is, georgeremus.com. Join the King Circle, and he'll direct you on your way.
They like the internet in Wisconsin. I had to let them know. I got to let them know.
I'm clearly not a big
They're
football
internet.
guy. Yeah.
I would like to point out
Their
someone
internet
did say
is
the number
disruptions.
4 the number 4 thing there, so they got the bonus point. Who said that? Was that Pat?
Pat did bring it up. And
So-
that's from our questions from the last couple weeks. I knew that as well.
For the first time, yes.
Right?
McCall
After
talk, yeah.
after I felt inadequate having a master blender on the show and not my knowledge not being up to par to this great company, I decided to pay attention here and there. So Nick is an actor. We were talking about that. Matt, you had a quick question about one of his recent roles. I know we can't roll footage, but were you curious about a role he played on a network series, Matt?
I am curious about his alt-right character on the Red Line. I would like
Yeah.
to know how you got prepared for such a moment.
The Red Line's on CBS, right?
Red Line on CBS. Well, it was.
Yeah.
They didn't pick it up, but yeah. Starring Mr. Noah Wiley from ER. Great guy. Sat in a van with him for a long time that day. Because it rained the entire time. It's a lot of time reading the comments, and
Go to any major city's newspaper comments. It gets that way real quick.
Literally any comment section.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
So when you pick up a gig like that, and it is a bit of a weird character or something that you don't identify with, does that make you pause at all, or does that make you say like, "Hey, this is my opportunity to do what I'm good at and play the hell out of it"?
Yeah, I mean, I have been cast as a unsavory person fairly often before, so I'm kind of used to it. But it definitely, especially with the alt-right guy, I was like, oh well, I guess I play a racist well. That's weird. But
Well, hey,
also
it's a credit.
good because it's like there's a lot of racists right now, so that means there's a lot of roles for guys that look like me.
There it is.
I guess.
Nick Freed doing his best on the red line. I'm thinking, Nick, you're going to need to continue the acting that you're doing and being an expert in trivia. We're going to go to our next question. You nailed that first one.
Speaking of the transition.
Mm-hmm. You're 1 for 1, sir. Pat, you're down. What's our second question, Matt?
Number 2 of the evening. This brewery was the first to locate within Green Bay city limits in 1866. Was it A, Fox Brewery, B, Rar Brewery, or C, D, Whitney Brewery?
Wow.
Ouch.
I will say the D. Whitney Brewery just because it seems like a 1860s brewery name. Like old C.J. McGillicuddy Brewery.
That's good. How about you, Pat? What do you got?
I was going to go with B. I just really want to call it the Rar Brewery.
Got
Yeah, that's a good one too.
It's mostly just so I could say that. That was it. I just wanted to go Rar.
That's fair. I'm gonna go with the C. What do we have here? Pat, your beard looks fantastic from Todd.
Oh, thanks, Todd.
Alexander's worried about how much he knows about Wisconsin. He's gonna go with Whitney, Charlotte, and Chandler jumping in on it as well. All right, so let's go with, what do we have, Matt?
All right, the answer is B, Rar Brewery. Located at 1317 Main Street, Rar Brewery was the first brewery to locate within the city limits. Henry Rar began the business in 1866, and it became the longest-running brewery in Green Bay, operating until 1966.
Okay, got it.
Back on the board.
That's right. Let us know some good times you've had in Green Bay. If you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit share. Let us know some of your favorite spots in Green Bay. And you know what? We can check out a cocktail from a lovely spot in Green Bay as well. We'll hit our first cocktail video. We do that each and every week. Nick, hang out, enjoy the demonstration, and let's have some fun.
Top it off with some Barrett's Ginger Beer. Hey, I'm Mitch Carlton. I'm at Cock and Bull in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and today we're going to be doing a George Remus Moscow Mule. So I'm just going to start by putting ice in the cup. I'm going to be using 1.5 ounces of George Remus bourbon. Add that in there. Top it off with some Barrett's Ginger Beer. And then, to give it a little extra flavor at the end, I'm going to squeeze in 1 lime. And we'll throw this one away. And then you're going to take a full wheel, add that on the side, and then we're all set. It's going to be your George Remus Moscow Mule. Thank you.
And don't forget to tip your bartender. Mitch's Venmo account is
Mitch-Carlton-1.
First of all, Mitch is a heck of a guy. I think you should definitely tip him. That was shot beautifully. Nick, as a man of stage and screen, what do you think of the black and white? Big fan over here.
It's classy.
Yes.
Always classy in black and white.
And the Remus Mule, Pat, do you approve?
I approve. I approve of anything with ginger beer. I like ginger beer.
I agree.
It's absolutely wonderful. I want it. Was that our first black and white video?
I want to say yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I enjoyed that with the Packers shirt, and whoever was filming did a great job. But they had a nice Wisconsin accent. That's all I'm looking for. I just want some regional. I need to feel like I'm there, and I just did. It's a big shout out.
You were loving the y'alls when we were down south.
Oh my God! I'm like, yeah, that's what you do. That's what I'm disappointed if I show up to a Southern California airport and there's not a dude telling me he's about to hang 10. I don't want to hear it. It's it's over. That legitimately every single time as I joke about the Wisconsin accent. I've been to Southern California quite a few times. My brother lives there. My favorite thing ever is whenever the early 50s in super in shape tech entrepreneur is walking off the beach at 11:15 a.m. with a surfboard in his hand, like, "Hey guys, have a good day," and I head to the office. I'm like, "You live here? This is your life?" Like, I was like, you know what? That's satisfying. I really appreciate that. Short of him whipping out a piece of cheese and being like, "Oh, and here up in Wisconsin, we slice our cheese on there." That would have also made me happy. They're maybe possibly slightly offended by that, but I think it's endearing. So that's my thought on it. And you didn't think I'd be that passionate about a nice accent. So there it is.
I was expecting it to be top it off with a squeeze of lime. Instead, I thought it was going to be top it off with a nice little squeeze of cheese curd. Drop that in top there.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
We can find a way to do that. If somebody came to St. Louis and was like, "Hey, we're going to hit a Cardinals game and like eat toasted ravioli," I'd be like, "In a second. Yep, it's coming your way. Stereotype me all day. It's fun." Let's
Why not?
Let's hear our next question, Matt. I'm feeling good. I don't know why.
Angostura bitters are a fine addition to a George Remus bourbon cocktail. Speaking of, this establishment on Washington Island near Green Bay is known for its serving of shots of Angostura bitters. Is it A, the bitter end? Dang. B, Nelson's Hall? Or C, Doc's Tavern?
Just a shot of bitters.
I've done it. It's not bad. I don't know.
Isn't that basically like a bartender ginger ale?
If you load that with like 7-Up, that's usually the bartender ginger ale.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple dashes of that, little 7.
I once had someone say if you just pour Sprite and then put a dash of Coke at the top, it's the same as ginger ale. And I was like, I don't think
That's
I
nonsense.
don't think that's a thing.
Yeah.
I think that maybe it tastes like that to you for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's a trick I wasn't aware of. But thank you for your expertise there, Pat.
Do what I can.
All right. So I really want it to be the bitter end. So I'm just going to go with that one. One more
We'll go
time
with
with the
yeah.
answers, Matt.
The bitter end, Nelson's Hall, or Doc's Tavern?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not, but I want it to be the bitter end really bad.
I'm going to go with Doc's.
I'm going to say Doc's Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got
That's
double
a good.
Doc's.
All those are great names, by the way. Brian says it's great. Paul is guessing C. What's up, Robert? Robert says, "Hey guys." Alexander, I'm right there with you. Alexander really wants it to be A as well. Like, how nice is that?
I mean, I want it to be A. I just want to get ahead of you if I get lucky here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here, while we're thinking about it, Sarah said, "Great video." I'm gonna triple that. That was a really good video. And Nadine reminding everybody not to forget to tip your bartender. Don't forget, tip your bartender, Cock and Bull bartender, Mitch Carlton. And the Venmo is at Mitch-Carlton-1. And you can show him some love. Why not? People have been working hard, and if anything, for that great video. So shout out to the folks at Cock and Bull. All right. What do we have for our answers? I'm going with bitter end. I'm sticking with it.
All right. We had a double Doc, a bitter end, and the answer is B, Nelson's Hall. You're all wrong. Founded by Captain Tom Nelson in 1907, Nelson operated his establishment throughout Prohibition. How did he do it? By getting his pharmacist license, prescribing shots of 90-proof Angostura bitters to his patients at the bar. Nelson was busted. His attorney tasted Nelson's very bitter bitters and successfully argued that no one in their right mind would consider it a beverage. therefore could be served as medicinal purposes.
First of all, this King of the Bootlegger trivia team is they're on it tonight. I'm digging
True.
this. Yeah.
The judge tasted it and immediately threw the case out. So
Tell you, there's so much that you have to go through now. Just like there's technology and there's things like that. Like back in those days, the judge could be like, "I think that's fair," and like move along. And it's like, oh, that was a way
Thanks,
more
Judge.
dramatic time for people like Remus to do funny things, and we'll keep it moving. We got a couple more cocktail videos to get to. I'm trying to think, in regards to roles you've played. It would have been funny if he was frozen and I'm sitting there talking to him. Nick, you've done
Yes.
some TV, you've done commercial acting, you've had a viral hit on The Onion that I'm going to go ahead and just say it. We can't talk about the title, but if you check out some of The Onion's biggest videos over the last 10 years, Nick has been a part of a few of them. So very funny. You can check that out. And this is a canned thing, but you're a guy who's acted for a little while now. What has been the most, sans the role we just talked about, what has been the most difficult, we'll just say stage acting that you've done or stage role that you've taken on?
Stage role?
I'm thinking like you have a guy like Daniel Day-Lewis live like Lincoln, apparently, during his thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's got to rank that. Like, he's got to rank that as being up there in one of his more like, yeah, that was pretty challenging. What about you? Have you lived like a cobbler for a week before a show? Like,
Oh God, I wish. I wish that I had that kind of time. I would say so. One of the roles that I am like most proud of, I guess, was 10 years ago this week, I opened a show called Hesperia that was about I played a small town preacher, basically, and it was about this girl that I was engaged to. Used to be a porn star, but now she's a born again Christian, and her like previous boyfriend has come to like take her back or something, basically. And that role was pretty tough, just because it's like, growing up in Southeast Missouri, you deal with a lot of church-going folk, some that are more enthusiastic and eager than others, and so there is a level of like, you could very easily make them into a caricature or into a like uncomfortable person to be around. So it was tough to like make him charming and lovable.
but you
like
did
it
it.
needed to be. But I did it. And also, we performed it in a tiny black box theater in the middle of July
I didn't even
in
think
Chicago with no air conditioning. It was terrible.
as an actor, like I don't care what role you're playing, like you also are a human.
Yeah.
So you're working at that. You get a little taste of what road crews get every day, right? You're like, oh,
Exactly.
this is why that works. Second follow-up question that's very acting specific. Can you tell us about that lamp in the background? That's you're doing it
this
right.
lamp?
Yeah.
Oh, this lamp.
Looks like
Oh,
something
this is
Remus would have
just-
had in his pad.
Yeah. He probably had it in his study when he would read all of his books
That's right.
and, buy horses. This is it's a Sue Freed original in that it was in my parents' house growing up, and now I have it because, you go off after college, you don't have anything to like fill an apartment with. And my mom was like, I don't want this in my house anymore. You can have it. And
Classic
Here it
mom
sits.
move, yeah.
And here it sits, and
Classic
now it
mom
makes it
Take this.
makes its debut on King of the Bootleggers Prohibition trivia. So there you go.
yeah, in my
happened to-
study.
Did I happen to catch a red cup to complete the Pizza Hut look earlier?
Ah.
Damn, you beat me to my
Oh,
joke.
this cup?
I was waiting to pull it in.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Man,
I was
takes
like-
me back.
I think somebody just played Blind Melon on the jukebox.
Yeah.
This is
I
perfect.
can't wait to get a couple quarters from my mom so I can get a gumball and a crappy ring that'll break in a week.
How about
What about a game of Ninja Turtles?
were you guys honest on your book it? I don't know if in Wisconsin or wherever you're tuning in from, where we grew up, Pizza Hut had a thing called Book It, and if you read books at your elementary school, your teacher would sign a thing and give you a star, and if you filled it up, you got a personal pan pizza. Real quick, we're not going to dive into big time on Book It conversation, but producer Matt, did you ever lie about books you read on Book It to get a star?
I didn't have to lie because I was in love with Goosebumps books, so I just tore through those bad boys.
There's somebody with there's a very smart librarian somewhere, just like every time you would read something like this, like the classics are there. Pat, did you?
Choose Your Own Adventures got me a lot of pizzas, man. I still actually have most of my collection of Choose Your Own Adventures, and it is in like the 50s. I managed to save most of them.
Nick, did you?
That's amazing.
Were you honest with your bookets?
I think that most of the time I was, but I think that there were definitely years where I was like, oh no, this is due in like a week and I'm like 3 or 4 books down. Yeah, I totally read all of these. Yeah. I got them from the Scholastic Book Fair.
Exactly. I was going to say the kind of like 50-page picture-heavy athlete biographies that you could get at those. Those got me through a few bookets. I was like, I can tell you most of what Larry Johnson's first 20 years were like before he played for the Hornets and UNLV. So that's what I just wanted to get off my chest here.
Also, you could get a pizza that was like this big.
Yes, perfect.
But it was
Yeah,
it
it was
so
like
good. It was
a-
round and perfect, and it had like 8 pieces of pepperoni on it.
Yeah.
You didn't get the
It was
button
about
with the
as big as
reflective
that
logo?
sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Keeping it moving. Back to the trivia. We're featuring Green Bay tonight. We've got a couple more cocktail videos to go. Let's get to our next question. The crowd has been good so far. Make sure you're hitting share. You can win prizes. And we do this each and every week. Everybody wins a prize. Not everybody. Someone wins a prize each and every week. 2 $25 gift certificates are given out. What's our next question?
Our next question is number 4 of the evening, and it is, in 1919, while George Remus was making preparations to move from Chicago to Cincinnati, this man founded the Green Bay Packers. Is it A, W.J. Abrams, B, Wes Leeper, or C, Curly Lambeau?
Green Bay folks are screaming. Like they're like,
Yeah.
I know exactly who that is. Nick, do you have an idea?
I want it to be Curly Lambeau so badly. Just because it's
Got-
Curly Lambeau.
Great.
And look at the guy. He's got a
Great
great
head of hair.
coif of curly hair. Mm-hmm. But I don't... Look at that guy. Handsome.
Wish he was doing trivia tonight.
But I don't think that's what Lambeau Field is named after. So I'm going to go with B.
Okay, we got a B. Pat?
I go B2. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick to guns.
I'm gonna-
felt that in my heart.
I'm going to go C. And
He's going Curly Lambeau.
we're going to see what the comments have to say. I don't
Do
know.
we
if
want the comments before or after the answer? I
Let's
feel
go.
like
Let's go after the
Yeah.
answer.
after the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
All right. That way we can take our beatings from them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as bad as you wanted it to be Curly, it is indeed Curly.
Oh,
Earl
come on.
Curly Lambeau
That's
led
right.
the creation of the Packers on August 11th, 1919, and other players met with George Calhoun of the Press Gazette in the editorial office room and organized a football team.
Boy, did he hit a home run. Curly,
Yeah.
great
I was
job.
about to say, I never would have believed a guy's name was actually Curly Lambeau. That like that.
Deserving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
name. Curly Lambeau. More impressed by Green Bay by the minute. Do we have any comments, Matt?
Change my name.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
Alexander was
Earl.
rolling with C. Charlotte was C. Katie says C, obviously. Robert says C. These are great. Look at King George in the comments, greeting everyone, greeting his subjects. This is wonderful. And also, we had our friend Sarah. The book it button, her book it button had all of the stars. Well, we have an overachiever. in our hands. Okay.
Real name was Carl or Earl.
Earl.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I read that
Earl.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you have a cool name and that good-looking head of hair, you
handsome
correct
fella.
you correct people when they call
Yeah.
you Earl. You go, I didn't grow this hair to be called Earl.
Call me Curly.
I didn't spend 8 years growing this hair.
Earl the Curl of the crowd.
Yes, exactly.
Please, my father's name is Earl.
Call me Curl.
You can call me Curly. My father's name is Earl.
Oh, that's fantastic. Gonna be tough to top Cock and Bull, but we've got 2 more cocktail videos from our friends in Green Bay. Matt, may I see our next video? I'd love to.
Hey folks, my name is Brian. I'm a bartender here at Stella's in Depew, Wisconsin, and today I'll be showing you how to make a Southern Peach featuring George Remus bourbon. A couple things you're going to need. I've got cherry juice, sugar, 1 whole orange, a half lemon, and a shot shaker and some peach schnapps. So first I'm going to put my cherry juice, just a splash for color, into my glass full of ice. And then I'm going to take my George Remus bourbon and I'm going to measure out 1.5 ounces of bourbon, and that's going to go right in that cup as well, on top of that cherry juice. Next, I'm going to grab my shaker and I'm going to juice the orange and the lemon right over ice in a shaker. Once that juice is all in there, I'm going to add a teaspoon of fine sugar. Right to that shaker. And then I will measure out 1 ounce of the peach schnapps. And also add that to your shaker. Once all ingredients are in those shakers, make sure that's on there tight. Shake that up. And then slowly, you're going to pour that over the top of your bourbon and cherry juice. And I like to garnish with fresh peaches and some cherry. And there you have your Southern Peach.
A Southern Peach. I'll deal with that. We were just talking about this. This is the Midwest. Like, you're like, yeah, this is like a hip dude making that drink. And then I thought to myself, hip dude might have wrestled for 8 years and might put you on your tail. I just love that about the Midwest. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's how that works. What's up, Tiny Pat? How you oh, okay. Well, stealing the show.
It is so weird seeing a tiny version of myself pop into the screen every now and then.
At least you're comfortable with how you look. Imagine if you were not comfortable and you had to see yourself walk onto the screen every time. That'd be awful.
Terrible.
Again, as a man of stage and screen, Nick, do you approve of producer Matt's green screening ability?
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
Looks like you killed it.
Yeah. Next time you're in, we'll get you in the studio, have you do some funky dance that we can have walk across the screen. I'd like that.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah, you should see the wrestler one. The wrestler one was quality.
Yeah.
It's coming next week.
I know. I'm just giving you trouble.
We have
No,
a.
no,
I gotta
mean,
poke
I've
you
been
on it
working
every now and
it.
then.
Well,
I've been working on it. I finished your theme music, by the way.
Oh my God, you actually did the theme music. All
Of course I
right.
did the theme music.
We have-
production.
Are you wearing
need
a
to be running.
singlet?
I am not wearing a singlet.
a George Remus singlet.
Yeah.
Got it. And he wears a crown.
Oh
That's
my
his
God.
character. That's his character.
Man, I gotta come up with a new.
He's the
character.
bootlegger. He's the bootlegger.
I can
I
assure
gotta,
you,
I gotta
the
change this
bootlegger.
now. Yeah, I gotta change this now.
if you tune in next week, you will see
That's
this,
right.
this character that we've been talking about for so long.
Be sure to check that out. Another great video. Keep the cocktails coming. We've got Venmos for the bartenders tonight. Be sure to take care of them. And again, Pat is from Barkeep here in St. Louis.
me.
I do a show called We Are Live, and you've got Nick Freed in the middle. He's the guest, an actor who has also been the spokesman for the Wisconsin Lottery, as well as Batteries Plus, based in Wisconsin. So, having a good time tonight. Let's get to our next question, Matt. What do we have?
Green Bay is home to a single major professional sports team. Why is the word single relevant for George Remus bourbon? Is it A, it's distilled in a single still, B, it has won a single accolade, or C, it will be releasing a single barrel bourbon?
Getting technical on this.
Right.
Yeah, right. Pat, are you confident in your answer?
I am.
Okay, we'll let you go first.
All right. C. Single barrel bourbon.
Nick, what about you?
Pat seems like he knows what he's talking about, so I think I'll go with whatever he
I don't ever. Don't worry.
He's got good taste in T-shirts. That is a pretty nice shirt. Yeah,
Yeah, nailed it. I want to get me one of them.
can make that happen. We know the king. We can make that happen.
We know the king.
That's right. What are you thinking, Nick? Going with C?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm going with a single barrel.
C across the board.
C's across the board.
Triple C.
Katie says C. Alexander says C. Charlotte says C. Robert says B. Okay, I got it. Todd was suggesting Harley Race. Todd says C. Barrel proof coming September to a store, bar, or bourbon group near you.
You guys all had to jump on my bandwagon, and I actually had a little bird mention that to me at some point. So.
Okay, well, there we go. So we're going with
Worth it.
C. Producer Matt, what do we have?
The answer indeed is C. It will be releasing a single barrel bourbon. That's right. The Ream is coming at you with a single barrel cask strength bourbon that will be released this fall. And if you want it, ask your local retailer if they're part of the George Remus Barrel Program.
Bet you didn't know that part, did you, Nick?
I didn't. I knew very little of those parts.
Tomorrow, I believe it's tomorrow. Correct me if it was tonight. I believe, and we've got, I'm sure plenty of Brewers fans watching tonight. Sip on some Remus bourbon and watch professional baseball. How do we feel about sports coming back? You got, I bet. See, I'm a little spoiled. I watch my fair share of mixed martial arts, and that's been going on.
Fight Island.
And it seems to be going well, I guess. Shout out to Ben Askren, Wisconsin native. He's I've been able to enjoy some sports here and there. Are you going to tune in? Nick, what do you think?
I feel so weird about it. It like the NBA thing, doing that Orlando bubble thing is so weird. I don't know. It's like I've been watching a lot of the Premier League soccer games on TV, and it bugs me because if you watch them on TV, they pipe in crowd noise.
Yeah,
they pipe in like the chants.
Yeah, how's that going? Is it weird?
It's super weird.
Okay.
I would rather. I mean, I think probably I have a different view on it because I played soccer for 15 years of my life, but I would much rather hear the guys on the field like yelling and talking to each other while they play, as opposed to like hearing them just like randomly send in like club chants for whatever the like crowd would be doing.
I agree, and that's been a weird, charming part of watching the fights that I've watched because it's really intense, and you hear things that you wouldn't normally hear. You hear people breathing. I could see in a team sport that would be a major issue because there's communication that you're going to hear that you probably shouldn't be hearing. That could help the other team. There's going to be people upset that they don't necessarily want you to hear that, and that's fair. I think like that's their spot, but I'm excited, and I'm sure people in Milwaukee are excited to a degree, but just with everything, as we sit here on a virtual trivia show, everything's just so uncertain with that. Pat, real quick, what do you think?
All right, so I heard a thing today, and it makes actually a lot of sense. So the baseball one, they're actually piping in crowd noise into the stadiums because it's things like where you could hear the catcher moving around and stuff like that, so you'd know when he's shifting for like a curveball or something like that. So that one totally makes sense, but I would absolutely kill to have the on-ice or like the on-ice sound from a hockey game just because of the pure level of chirping going on.
Yeah.
And I've always said to myself, like, I would pay a lot more money for like a package that was like the on-ice.
Right.
You know,
like you opt in.
Yeah, you opt in. You
it's
say
like what you hear stays here.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, there's no. That makes a lot of sense, and I think you make a really good point with that. But I mean, the baseball games are going to be similar to like Marlins games, right?
Yeah.
Got guys that
Yeah.
played for the Tampa Rays, and they're like, "What? This
Well, it's
is
like
normal."
at the end of last season, I went to a White Sox game. I think it was. It might. I don't remember who they were playing, but I love going to White Sox games. I love their stadium, and also I just refuse to go to Cubs games. But so the game I went to, they closed off the entire top section of the stadium because they didn't have enough people there. There was maybe 8,000 to 9,000 fans in the crowd,
Yeah.
and we could hear everything. Like you could hear some people like in the dugout talking. You could hear like outfielders yelling into like it was great. I would be all for being able to hear players in any sport really, but definitely in hockey. I'd be all for that.
Yeah, like I would definitely pay for a service that was just on ice.
Yeah.
Hear that.
Like,
Yeah.
I've talked about that forever though, but
Well, I'm sure the folks in Green Bay are eager to see how the NFL season's going to go as well. So we'll see with that. We've got one more cocktail video. We've got some more questions to get to. Producer Matt, let's have our next question.
Alrighty. Number 6 of the evening.
oh boy.
During Prohibition, the Roxana Hotel, formerly the National, in Sturgeon Bay near Green Bay, housed a speakeasy in the basement. What was it called? Was it A, the Snake Pit, B, the Meat Pack, or C, the Tea Room?
First of all, again, shout out to the trivia team. Great potential answers, and all like not that like. Would it be that weird if some of like I don't know? Are they that different? Let us know in the comments what you think the answer is. I'm going with the Meat Pack. You gotta. How about you, Nick?
I do. I do love the Meat Pack, but I also love the Snake Pit because it makes me think that it's just like that. Slash is just there playing every single night. But I'm going to go with the Tea Room.
Oh, okay. How formal of you.
Yeah.
Pat?
Yeah. Got to keep it
I'm gonna
low
go with the
key.
snake pit.
I was going to say,
I'm going snake pit. Yeah. just dodgeballed it up, huh?
yeah. Dodgeball, underrated film. Would George Remus, the man, have enjoyed Dodgeball? I think he would have.
I bet George Remus would be really good at dodgeball.
You can dodge around shit, you can dodge a ball.
Right. Yeah, he would be very good.
Yeah.
Every time he'd get hit with a ball, he'd be like, I didn't get hit.
Yeah.
Life's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
This
Matt,
is fine.
what do we have?
Alrighty. The answer is A, the Snake Pit. No one knows the origins of the name, but perhaps it was to ward off nosy feds who didn't want to test the accuracy of its name.
In the comments, I'm sure we had a few people help us out with that. I don't know if we can jump to those. Katie, Snake Pit, let's Indiana Jones this. Alexander, I feel like Tea Room makes a lot of sense. Nadine had it with Snake Pit. And Todd, we're not reading his. Perfect. Keeping it moving. We got a couple questions left. We got one more video. Nick, you do have a professional barkeep. Pat, how do you describe what you guys do? It's actually really interesting.
All right, so God, this is such a complicated answer. It feels like these days.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
it's
delivering
like-
cocktails.
Yeah, so
and-
the company, we definitely do delivery cocktails. We, in a lot of ways, are a marketing company. In a lot of ways, we are also like we do like staff trainings. We do. I mean, if you wanted to like build them, like let's say you were a restaurant owner and you wanted a cocktail menu, but you didn't necessarily have somebody on staff who could build one, you can ask us to do that because we're all very good at that sort of thing. If it involves liquor, we can figure it out. That's really what it comes down to. Like that, we've had to adapt so many darn times now in the couple of years we've been going. It's crazy. It's just like if it involves booze, we'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What cocktail would you make for Nick? Would you go with the Remus Manhattan?
Nick, what's your go-to? Like, what's your go-to cocktail, and I can work around it from there.
I do love a Manhattan. I do love an old fashioned. I would say probably more old fashioned than Manhattan.
So I would probably, I would try and like just break it, not necessarily break the style there. I'd probably go Sazerac and just kind of like, you know, that slightly parallel line. You know, that's what the direction I'd probably go if you were sitting at the bar and I was like, let's try something different. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely depends on like, am I looking to just like have some drinks and relax, or am I looking to like go to the snake pit?
Nice.
And that depends. If I'm going to the snake pit, then I'm just gonna have like whiskey and ginger ale.
No, I'll go to snake pit with you anytime.
Yes,
We'll set that up. We're going to be really busy when things clear up. We've made so many plans to go to all these cities and visit all these places. So, Remus, if you're listening, I think we need to call the Travel Channel and we need to take this baby on the road.
Big guy's tiny car. We've talked about this so many times. Yeah, big guy's tiny car. We're gonna rent the Toyota Yaris and we're gonna stuff like me, you. Who was it? Was it Ian Bagg involved in it the
Matt.
first time?
Yeah,
Producer
well,
Matt?
yeah, for virtual happy hour. Yeah, Nick 6'2".
get one of them
that
smart
works.
cars.
Yeah,
Even worse.
They look like little roller
we
skates.
should just have Remus's mug on the hood of the car. It's like that doesn't really fit there.
Put
but
a big
okay.
crown on the top.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Tip. Pay attention.
I'm in.
Mark
You
it
get
down.
like those like Red Bull cars that have the big Red Bull cans on top of them, just like that, but with crown.
This definitely fits their the Remus bottle on the back of it.
Maybe the hat. Maybe
Yeah.
the Remus hat.
It has
not,
to
not
be
necessarily
How
crown. Maybe
long
the
my
hat.
hand is.
Yeah, it has to be a car small enough to where the two of you riding in it, like you two guys could carry it around.
Yeah,
That
that's
has
a
to
rule.
be the size of the car. Small
Geo
enough where you
Metro
can both
1993.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're in the comments, let us know what car you think that we should, get 4 or 5 big fellas in a car and hit a road trip with. So let us know. We appreciate your feedback. We'll go to our final cocktail video before we close out with the questions. Great 2 so far. Let's check out our third from Green Bay.
Hi everybody, my name is Troy from Main Street Bourbon Room in Green Bay. Today we are going to be making a cocktail that we like to call the Prohibition Old Fashioned. In this cocktail we are going to be featuring George Remus Bourbon. The reason why we're featuring George Remus Bourbon is because in the Prohibition he was actually considered the king of bootleggers. So to make this cocktail you're going to need sugar, cherry, orange, Angostura bitters, and George Remus Bourbon. To start off, you're going to put the sugar, 1 cherry, and an orange slice in the glass, along with about 3 to 5 shakes of the Angostura bitters.
We meant to be in the great outdoors forever.
Now, when you're muddling, you do not want to just destroy your fruit that's in there. All you're trying to do really is just to blend all the flavors together between the citrus, the cherry, and the sugar. Once that is done, you just add a little bit of ice, 2 ounces of George Remus Bourbon,
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you.
get about 2 stirs.
From a distance you can tell.
Garnish with your cherry and your orange peel, and it's ready to serve.
Meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
So people in Wisconsin really go crazy over Friday fish fry and old fashions. Typically in Wisconsin, people go for the brandy old fashioned, but at MSBR, we like to use bourbon, obviously. So due to that effect, we wanted to pair this cocktail with our fried catfish, which is also served with cheesy grits, coleslaw, and remoulade. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight at Main Street Bourbon Room. I really enjoyed making this cocktail for you, and I hope you come down and visit us sometime to try it. Please don't forget to tip your bartender, and please stay safe.
Like a bird.
I'm blown away by the
production
production tonight.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. If you can flash his Venmo or PayPal information up one more time, that's well deserving. Oh my gosh. Hook up Troy, everybody. Venmo and PayPal at Troy Mumbrew. That's right. Hit him up. Main Street Bourbon Room, and visit the website msbr.gb.com. What's going on? This is fantastic. That was another great video. I approve. The drink looked great, and the fish fry. Not gonna go wrong with the fried fish and the coleslaw and everything like that. You guys, I don't think
I'll get down with some fried catfish.
This is a pro fish fry crowd for sure.
I think we're a pro fried crowd.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I know you all were thinking it. Now I'll get to it. So
The stunning physique provided by fish fries.
that's right. In one sentence, Pat, how have you stayed in shape over quarantine?
Backyard sweating.
Okay, Nick.
That's
One
so
sentence.
good. Walking a large dog.
You have a great day. So smart. Mine would be occasionally taking the stairs. I've actually been hiking every weekend the past few weekends. It is brutal when you don't take care of yourself and you're like, oh, I'll go take this thing that I remember running up and down. Oh, it's 4 miles, no big deal. And it's a big deal. So be safe out there, people, whether you're triviaing or hiking. Real quick, we've got 2 questions left. Matt, is that where we're at?
We do. I was going to point out, Nick is looking quite svelte. I think he could do a size down T-shirt.
Oh, look at that. You can get us.
Wait.
Oh,
right.
wait a minute.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. Support the USBG. Thanks to our friends at King of the Bootleggers Trivia. You can get those online at buyjack.com/wearelive. Wonderful. Support all bartenders. And all of that money goes to the USBG thanks to our friends at MGP and King of the Bootleggers Trivia. 2 questions left. We're going to get to it. Answer in the comments and be sure to hit share if you want to be entered to win that gift card. Give away 2 each and every week right here on Trivia. What do we have, Matt?
Well, we have question number 7. We are down to the final 2, and I would like to give an update that currently Pat is ahead by 2 points.
Really?
You got the first question, which had the value-added bonus point.
Oh, it did.
And then you were the only one to get one right a couple questions ago.
But I complimented the fish fry and the camera work.
Well, you could have
Did
half
you
a
guys
point
hear
for
that?
being cool.
Okay.
There you go.
Hello. All right. Let's hit our
Really
next
threw
question.
me off all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Here we go, number 7. During Prohibition, how did taverns along the bay avoid getting busted by the feds? Was it A, by bribing them, B, by creating an alert system, or C, by always storing liquor under the floorboards?
If there was a D, I would just say yes to that. If it was all of the above. I'm going with bribing them.
See, I gotta go with alert system. I feel like with the Bay, they had like some sort of weird connection to like the boating situation there.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where there was somebody on lookout in the Bay, and it was like, flash the lights 6 times and throw the booze in the Bay, like.
When I was in, I worked, one of my first jobs out of college, theater jobs, was working at this like living history museum in Newport, Rhode Island. And the family that we were portraying in the 20s, they would have guys come and deliver bourbon barrels and stuff on the like seawall behind their house, and they would hide them in the rocks and everything. So they would go down at night and grab them and bring them back up into the house, all the servants would. And then they would have to throw all these parties because they would get alerted when the cops were coming to count your barrels to make sure that you hadn't bought any more. So they would have to throw all these parties so they could drink all the booze to get back down to the base level that they told the cops beforehand. It was amazing.
That's what a great Prohibition story. You were just sitting on that till the end. You are dramatic.
Plus 1 point for Nick.
Yeah, right?
Man, come on.
Yes!
Back in it. I'm over here like, I went to a Prohibition-themed dance once. Nick's telling authentic stuff from his acting jobs. Wonderful job. All right. Do we all have our answers in? I think we do. What?
Let's take a gander at the comments, right?
Okay.
quick.
All right.
We have some B bandwagoners for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Adam Cole. And again, let's give another shout out to Main Street Bourbon Room, Troy.
There's a couple cars up there too.
Venmo and PayPal available as well. Oh, we have a couple car answers.
Yeah.
We'll get to those in just a second.
Okay.
All right, let's see what the answer is.
All right. The answer is a B, an alert system. A group of bars banded together to create a system. They knew that when the feds came into the bay, the first establishment they would go to was the Y-Inn Tavern in Sturgeon Bay. The Y Tavern would then notify every other bar in their group, giving them time to shut down, hide their booze, and then the feds would raid the establishments and come up empty.
Would they then
Their
give
alert
the
system
booze?
was, though, without phones and electricity as much common.
Foghorn.
A guy that could just go "Brrrr" really loud.
All right.
Cowbell.
Yeah, exactly. Clapping two giant logs of cheese together very efficiently.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a weird sound.
Perhaps a
brand.
slow clap.
Yeah.
And with cheese logs.
See? That's
too
how we
many
do
wheels,
it.
just-
We know our way around.
Yeah.
You
They
mentioned
would just
Pat.
roll a cheese wheel down the street.
Roll a cheese wheel.
When you, s-
Cheese
when
wheels
you
coming.
see just, oh God, the feds are coming.
Matt, let's see those comments again. We did ask you what several large fellas should pile in for our road trip. We got a late 80s Honda Prelude, which fit you all nicely.
I actually drove a late 80s Honda Prelude for a while. We would
Oh,
look great
man.
in one.
All right. Chandler says a Radio Flyer Red Wagon. Okay. Take it easy, Chandler.
Who would ever pull that?
Yeah, right. What- do you have a medium-sized elephant to take us to our places? And then a few others. I can't really see two of them. Oh, a Honda. Where did that go? We had a Honda. Honda.
There's a Prelude.
The 81 Honda from Employee of the Month. Okay, great. I'm down with the Radio Flyer. That should be fun. And again, take care of Troy from Main Street and our other great bartenders tonight. Chandler says a horse could help us. Thank you. Appreciate it. It would have to be a draft horse. None of that quarter horse stuff. They don't deserve what they would have to do to pull us along. Oh, my goodness. So we've got one question left. I think as the host here, I'm able to say whoever gets this wins.
I don't think so, Pat.
Is that not? Oh, Pat disagrees.
That's like, come on.
Pat's here every
disagreed
week,
with
too.
Pat.
I'll deal with it. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got. Answer in the comments. Be sure to hit share if you want to be entered to win the gift cards that we give away each and every week. And cheers, everybody. This has been a lot of fun. Green Bay, what a show you've put on. Cheers to you, Nick.
A
Mr.
town I haven't been to, but I'm definitely going to get there hopefully
Yeah,
soon.
right. Cheers to Nick, former spokesman for the Wisconsin Lottery.
All right. Well, since the decree has been made by the host of the show, this final question will be for all of the marbles. That means a confetti pop for one of you three gentlemen.
Ooh,
I
we
don't
have
know.
effects.
We have effects. Question number 8 is going to be a great one, and I will be glad to give it to you right after this.
Hey everybody, Pat and Sock Puppet Paulie here. Hi guys! To remind you to support your local bartenders, and one of the ways you can do that is pick up this sweet, sweet Support All Bartenders shirt from the U.S. Bartenders Guild. Wow, what a great t-shirt! It really is, Paulie. Thanks for noticing.
All right. Now I can give you your final question.
When producer Matt wants to get dramatic, he gets dramatic. What a pull. What do you,
I really want to pull out all the
Okey
stops
doke.
for our actor this week.
Yeah. You know, that Matt's got gumption. Send him my way. He's going to be a star.
He's gonna be a star. See.
Final question. What do we have, Matt?
What penalty did Wisconsin Federal Prohibition Director Thomas Delaney impose for second-time offenders of prohibition laws? Was it A, a large fine and imprisonment, B, the seizure of their property, or C, you were forced to become a prohibition informant?
Ooh. That's a good one.
A forced rat situation.
How do you force somebody to rat, though?
I don't know. They had their ways.
And I guess
Yeah, you don't-
ice
you-
pick in the knee will get me to talk, but you know.
You lose your Packers season tickets.
Oh, don't do that.
That's not very nice.
Oh, geez, that's terrible.
Oh, jeez.
Are we all just doing our Fargo voice?
Pretty much. That's what just happened.
And
Yeah,
making
sorry,
it-
guys.
It's all the
and making
same.
it- I was like, is
It's all
that
the
what we are? It's like somebody from New York being like, you're from Missouri, huh? That's what I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
not a thing. Okay.
Basically.
Producer
Yeah.
Matt would like to state that he didn't do that bad accent.
Oh,
He's sitting in the
okay.
back quietly while these three do so.
All right, let's get to our final answer. Flash those answers up one more time, please.
A large fine and imprisonment, seizure of property, or you were forced to become a prohibition informant.
I'm going to say A.
Yeah, Nick, you go first. A large fine imprisonment. And that
Yeah.
that feels right. How about you, Pat?
I feel like I'm going to go C just because it feels like such an outlier. Like, I feel like they were
Right.
to
They
be-
had something unique.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know how, I guess it would be one of those like threats, like, we're going to take all your stuff, or you could start ratting on people.
And you said A, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go B. Why not?
Yeah, get everybody one.
Right.
So we have one winner.
Who gets the confetti pop?
Yeah.
One final winner coming up.
Oh, boy.
Do we have another commercial?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I know, right? Are you wondering?
I don't know what he's
Have
doing
I
now.
made it intense?
I say this every week. I'm such a great time here, guys. So thank you for everybody for tuning
All right,
in.
one
It's a
more
good
time. Chris, your answer was
B.
B. Nick
A.
and Pat.
C.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is A, a large fine and imprisonment. To scare off the bootleggers or the would-be bootleggers, Delaney's punishment for second-time offenders was up to $2,000, which would have been $21,000 and imprisonment for up to 5 years.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations to Nick Freed at Gary Dinklage Online. Go see a show next time you happen to be in the Chicago area. You can search his work out on The Onion and network TV shows in the past. Pat, wonderful job. I'm sorry that you agreed to my stupid...
That's all
My
right.
stupid rule there because Nick got the confetti pop. Shout out to everybody for tuning in tonight. We're going to give away those prizes. We'll contact you in the next day or so. We'll pick our winners. Big shout out to Nick Freed. Thanks to Pat Joyo from Barkeep. I'm Chris Stedman. We are live.
Thanks.
Great job, everybody. Wonderful videos tonight. Support those bartenders and tune in next week. We'll head to Columbus, Ohio. Thanks, everybody.